Okay, it's recording to the computer now. Okay, so we'll get started here. So first thing is, I always had a lot of people ask me, when they heard that I was going to put together a program in Asimi and not Bitcoin, was why are you going to do Asimi? Why Asimi? And and I kind of been consistent in answering that question with why not. And what I mean by that is, if most of us that have been around this online, especially the online ad income industry for, I say the last 8, 9, 10 years or longer, Bitcoin hit the scene in 2009, and right around, if I recall, right around 2011, 2012, people started using Bitcoin in all of these online programs, and we were all saying the same thing. I was one of those people that just refused to use it, and finally it got to the point that pretty much every program, that's in some cases that was the only payment method. And so by choice, I started using it. And once I started using Bitcoin, I became hooked on cryptocurrency because it eliminated all those problems we had, especially from the owner side, that we had with PayPal and Payza and Solid Trust Pay and Alert Pay, and even as an owner using a credit card, merchant account. You had no protection whatsoever. They freeze and keep your funds. And what was cool about Bitcoin is it sort of opened up the whole world, uh, because if you've got a wallet, you can accept it. As we know where that has gone now, we fast forward to 2020, and it is pretty much the only way you can join. It's very hard to, unless you're joining a really high-end product type business that accepts a credit card, it's about the only way to join. So I say, why not a new token? Why not Asimi? Asimi, if you go to asimi.io, and I highly encourage you to do that, it'll actually introduce Asimi as the advertising token. It's the proof of stake model token, and if you don't know what that is, that's okay. We can kind of teach you all about what proof of stake means. I see a huge upside potential to the token. It's the native token of hashing ad space. And I just actually learned this a couple of days ago. If you're already a member of hashing ad space, great. If you're not, you can join for free from your Semi Pros back office, and you can get 20,000 free ad credits. All you have to do is register, send in a support ticket, and Luke Millard, they're the owner, the founder of hashing ad space. They'll credit you 20,000 free ad credits, and all you've got to do is register. You can actually earn a semi at hashing ad space for free through their V2E, which stands for view to earn. And if you want to, you can stake and earn a great yield on your semi. And that's what I've been doing. That's what Clint's been doing, and several others been doing for about the past year and a half. So if you're interested in that, proof of stake model and the staking, any of that, send a support ticket in. We'll get you an invite to a webinar that Clint does occasionally that kind of goes through all those numbers and get you all the information you'll want for that. So we won't get into that on this webinar, but that's kind of more of an advanced state at hashing ad space. So what Asimi Pros does, the token was created by Luke Millard for hashing ad space. And as I've been collecting, and accumulating Asimi over the past year and a half, one of the things that we talk about all the time is there needs to be new demand for the token. And out of that discussion, mainly between Clint and I, over the past several months, why don't we create a new demand for the token? There's a huge audience to advertise to already built in at hashing ad space, 370,000 members roughly, that all know about Asimi, and then we can begin to teach others about the token and create a new demand. And that's basically what we did with Asimi Pros. This is one thing that really gets me excited. And again, your homework here is, if you've never been to asimi.io, go there and learn about the token. So this afternoon, I pulled a snapshot of Asimi. It was trading at 7.9 cents. Bitcoin dropped. It was over 10,000 earlier. It dropped to $9,546 as of about 2 hours ago. So if you take $1 Asimi, if Asimi goes from 7.9 cents to $1, that is the equivalent to $120,835 Bitcoin. So knowing what I hope I know about Asimi, I firmly believe that we will hit $1 well before Bitcoin hits $120,000. So I'm still in hodl mode on Asimi. I'm going to be collecting as many tokens as I can over the next several years because I really believe that we can hit that $1, if not higher, over the coming years in Asimi. And again, just think about that. $1 Asimi is the same thing as $120,000 Bitcoin. How excited would $120,000 Bitcoin get all of us? Well, if you were holding a lot of Asimi, you would feel that way. Right now, I can tell you, I have about 990,000 Asimi tokens, and I have a goal of collecting up to about 2 million before I retire from this industry and just do this full time. So, and a lot of people are in that same mode right now where they're not selling, they're holding the tokens because they see the huge upside potential there. So what we have for a product is basically text ads, and we have banner ads. We display 6 text ads across the top of every page in the back office, and at the bottom of every page, we display 6 banner ads. There's 2 of the 468 by 60 banners, and there's 4 of the 125 by 125 at the bottom. Now, one of the things that we did with Asimi Pros, which is really kind of cool, is we have it. I try not to approve the ads if they're the wrong size, but we do have a program where if I accidentally approve an ad that's the wrong size, it's going to resize it. So, which is good because some people submit 250 by 250 ads and it will resize them down to a 125 by 125. Or you can submit the 729 by 90 ads and it will resize it down to a 468 by 60. So you'll see some of the scripts, if they're not modified, they will display the ad the wrong size and it gets them all jumbled. But we have that. We should have a nice clean ad view at the bottom of every page. So how does it work? And very simple. Every time someone registers, we give them 100 ad credits and a matrix position. Now that matrix position that we give them, it actually creates, it's like a paid position. It actually changes the status from free to paid in the system. And that means that they're locked in to their sponsor forever. We don't have a global PIF pool that a lot of these businesses have right now. So you'll never lose your sponsor if they, never lose your referral if they don't, join right away. They can stay with their free position for, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. If they ever upgrade at any time, they're still tied to you. You can't lose your referrals once you get them. And we give them 100 ad credits to use, so that gets them kind of acclimated to the business. So the free or original position, that first position that we give them, it's going to follow you. It's going to follow the sponsor. And then when they purchase a subscription, and right now we have the subscription set at 100 Asimi, and there's no limit to the number of subscriptions anyone can purchase. That subscription delivers 1 new ad pack. Same thing we give to the free member, and that gives them 100 ad credits, and they get a new matrix position every single day for 365 days. And those ad credits are 50 text ads and 25 of each banner. So when you add all that up and sum it up, that's 36,500 ad credits and 365 matrix positions for 100 Asimi, which is around $8 right now. So it's really a great value. And I like to think that because we are in an alt token in Asimi, we have a very sort of sophisticated crypto audience. We're not just a Bitcoin audience. We're more of a crypto audience because we've got people that are kind of branching out from Bitcoin and learning about a new token like Asimi. So I think they're more of a crypto savvy audience. Now, all of your additional matrix positions, after your first one, they follow yourself. So all 365 positions from your subscription are going to follow that original or that first position that you got when you registered in the first available spot in your downline. And for those of you that have been in the daily sub model, it's become a very popular model. You'll see that it creates some really huge spillover because, again, in a 2-wide matrix, every sub is 365 positions. So every sub, as it delivers every day, is going to begin to spill down into your downline. And just think, we've got people that have purchased 30, 40, 50 subs already, and they're getting that many positions every single day. So you can kind of think as you get people above you and people that actually are in your downline that purchase multiple subscriptions, you can begin to see how that spillover and spill under begins to fill rapidly. So what is the pay? And the pay is very simple. We only have 3 types of pay in Asimi Pros. We have the 2x20 matrix pay, and it's quite simply, we pay a 25% bonus, so there's 75 Asimi left, and we divide that 75 out by 365 individual purchases, and then we pay 1% on the first 16 levels, and then we pay 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5% on levels 17, 18, 19, 20. So we increase the money on the bottom 4 levels just a little bit. And that's because there's the most people there. But and some people might say, well, why did you put the money at the bottom? There is no issue getting to level 20. We have people that hit level 20 in their first and second day. And a lot of the people that are active in this model, because of all of the positions you get, those lower levels, everyone's going to achieve them over time. It's not like the traditional matrix where everyone just has one position. And then we have a 100% matching matrix pay, and that's on all of your direct referrals. So whatever, there's no limit to how many direct referrals you can have. If you have 50 direct referrals and they all earn 100 Asimi in their matrices combined, then you're going to get a 100 Asimi match on each one of those. So there is no limit on the pay you can make there. And again, your match also allows you to get below the 20th level, because say you have a referral that comes in a year from now and they're on level 15, well, they got 20 levels of matrix and you're going to earn a match on all of that. But the one thing that we did here is, I kind of look at the matrix pay as kind of like the passive part almost. I don't even think about it because it's just going to happen. It's little micro payments, but they begin to add up over time. We want to put in something that's going to reward the people that are actually going out and building business. And we come up with this 6-tier sponsor bonus. And some of our members have already made thousands of Asimi with this because it adds up pretty fast. We're paying up front. So as soon as the subscription is purchased, we pay 10% or 10 Asimi on every subscription that is purchased. So I know we had one member that purchased 50 subscriptions. That was a 500 Asimi commission just off those 50 subscriptions. And we pay that down 6 levels deep, 5%, 4%, 3, 2, and 1. And what this is, it doesn't matter where they fall in your matrix, because this is your genealogy tree. This is a sponsor lineage there. So it's 6 levels of direct referrals. So in some cases that level 4 person may be falling on your 25th level in your matrix, but you're going to get the pay per the sponsor bonus, with the percentage that's for whatever level they are from you. So one of the said earlier, we want to have some fun. And so we got 2 things that we did. We launched on May the 12th. And so we didn't have a full month in the month of May. So we had a little small sales contest where we gave away 1,000 Asimi, and we've already given that away, and I'll show you who won that in just a moment. And we did 2,500 Asimi via the raffle for the first month, and we're going to give that away live here in just a second. But starting in the month of June, so starting yesterday through June 30th, we have 2 contests running. One of those is a sales contest. And a sale, what constitutes a sale for this contest is every subscription that your direct referral purchases during the whole month of June, you get basically 1 point or 1 sale. So the person that has the most sales is going to get 1,000 Asimi, and we're going to give 500 for second and 250 for third. And we've already got one person that's got 4 sales already through the first 2 days. I just updated the list right before the call. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 1,750 Asimi for the raffle. And next month in July, we're going to give away 1,000 for first, 500 for second, and 250 Asimi for third. And each subscription that you personally purchase during the month gives you 1 entry into the raffle. So if you purchase 1 subscription, then you're going to have 1 entry into the raffle. If you purchase 10 in the month of June, you'll have 10 entries into the raffle. So we're going to have some fun with this. And we're going to keep it, that's 3,500 Asimi that I'm going to give away each month. And we're going to keep it there as long as I can afford to keep it there. So I kind of like that number. That's a good number to give away. It gives us three decent sized prizes for each the sale and the raffle. And we're going to go with that at least for the next several months. And we're going to do the live raffle on the first week of every month. And we'll do that here in just a moment. But first, what I want to do is show you who won the May sales contest. Lutz won with 44 sales, and he actually messaged me and said he would like to be on the call, but it's 3 a.m. in Germany, and he is asleep. So I've already credited the 500 Asimi to him. Sergio won 300 Asimi with 27 sales, and Noli won 200 Asimi with 12 sales for our May contest.
Nicer.
That's fun.
Sure.
Again, we want to have some fun here. So I'm going to, that is the presentation. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually give away the Asimi and record it while we're on the call here. So we're going to go to new share, and I'm going to go. Stop sharing for a moment, and then the new share, screen share. Well, all right, what happened to my list? Here we go. Full screen. There we go. So we're out of full screen. So what we did, so I've got every subscription that we purchased in a spreadsheet here. And you can see we started at 1. We had 977 subscriptions that were purchased during the month of May.
Hey, Frank.
Each one of those has a number.
Hey, Frank, was this wasn't from the launch day. This was this started a little
This
bit after
started
launch?
from the launch date on February 12th.
Oh, okay.
So every purchase since we launched here, as you can see, Kay, your referral, Clinton, he was the very first purchase at 1803, and he purchased 5 subscriptions. So he has 5 entries, entry number 1 through 6. Actually, he purchased 6. He has entry number 1 through 6 in there. You can see every purchase as it was done, it all has a number out beside it here, and it goes down through 977. So I tried to find something fun. This is about as fun as I could find to generate a number. So we have a minimum of 1 through 997. So we're going to give away right now 100 Asimi. So whatever number shows up here is going to win 100 Asimi. So we'll see what we have. So that's about as fun as I could find. So we'll go back.
That's pretty fun.
816. We'll see who number 816 is. And it is Linus X58. Let me see. I've got another computer up here. And that is Lino Curie. We're going to mark that. Whoops, back up. He won 100 Asimi. I'm going to highlight that so I'll know to come back and give credit him his 100 Asimi.
Yay.
All right. So now we're going to go back and we're going to do this all over again. And this time it's 200. We're going to give away 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and then 1,000.
Nice.
And so we'll see what number we have here. Oh, so we have 516 this time. This is the 200 Asimi winner. And the 200 Asimi winner is...
This is kind of fun.
Yeah, kind of fun. It is Frankie71. I'm not Frankie, so it's some other Frankie besides me. It is Andrea Franco. Was it 517 or 518? 516. And it was Andrea. There's Franco. And we'll highlight that one. And then we're going to go give away 300 Asimi. We need a low number. Someone got low here. Well, we stayed with a high number, 639. Didn't go low, Clint. You're low.
I'm low. I want a low number.
Yeah, 639 is Howwood. So let's see who Howwood is. Howwood is Calvin Howwood. I do not know him. 639. He won 300 Asimi, and I'll give him 300 Asimi. We're getting closer to the big one here. So now we're going to give away 400 Asimi this time.
Yay.
400. 874. We still didn't get a low number. 874. I know it generates low numbers because I've done a couple of mock drafts here, mock raffles here. 874 is M. Matt. I think I know who that is. M. Matt, yeah. Yeah, that is Matt. I can't pronounce his last name, but we'll write it down here. He's been pretty active. He won 400 Asimi. All right, we got two big ones now. Now we got a 500 and then the grand prize winner of 1,000. So let's see, $500 Asimi winner here. So who's got 500?
Man, big
918. 918 is, oh, look at this. We know who that is. I don't even need to look up the name. I know who this is. I'll just write it out here. He won 500 Asimi.
Good for him.
Yeah. Emmanuel MBA. I don't know what the MBA stands for, but I know that's his name. It's what he's got in the system.
Excellent.
It's 500. He's one of my direct referrals, so I know him. Now,
all right, now the big one, huh, Frank?
1,000. This is
all right. Low number, low number, low number.
This is the 1,000 Asimi here. Who won it? 678. We did not get a low number tonight.
Did not get a low number.
678.
Who won?
Is AS69. I have no idea who that is. I've never seen that one before. AS69. And that is Astrid Kuhn. ASTRID Kuhn.
Very fun, though.
They won 1,000 Asimi. So I will get that 1,000 Asimi added to his account. I'll probably do that tomorrow, if not tonight. I'll get all the winnings added in there. So when I add the winnings, what I do, because I just did this today earlier, let me get out of the screen share mode here. Let me stop the share, and we're back on the screen now. So
hey, Frank, just for people that are not really familiar, tell people how much 1,000 Asimi is worth right now.
1,000 Asimi is right at $80 because
$80. That's a big prize.
So that's not bad.
Yeah. And
So
I think both Frank and I
2,500 Asimi. So whatever that adds up, that's what, about $200 and something.
Yeah, and the fun part is I think we both think there's a chance in the next few years Asimi could trade at $1 or higher. So 1,000 Asimi, that could be worth something.
Yeah, that could be worth something. Could be good. So yeah, so we'll do that. And like I said, we'll try to keep it at 3,500 total for the sales contest and the raffle. And hopefully, like I said, Asimi trades higher, and you know that'll be worth a lot more. Now we may have to, if the price goes up, we do have the option to lower the price of a subscription. So if we lower the price of subscription, we'll probably lower the amount we're giving away in the raffle and kind of keep it in line there, because there's only so much this is percentage of the admin earnings that we're giving away here. So if we lower the subscription price, we'll lower that. But as long as we keep it at 100 Asimi for a subscription, then we'll try to stay at 3,500 total on the two contests combined. So what we want to do now is, if anybody has, while we're hanging out here, if anyone has any questions, you know, we can answer those. I'm here. Clint knows the business, you know, frontwards and backwards too, so he can answer any questions you may have. And we can all, anybody can come if you want to come off. Anyone can come off of, you know, and speak if you want to, or we can use the chat, whatever you feel comfortable with. Minting. Thomas just said something about minting.
I actually did, Frank, or
Okay.
yeah, I did the recording on that, a webinar on that on Saturday. I think I'll do another one this coming Saturday, but I'll make sure I posted the link to that, Thomas. So I did do a presentation on that talked about the numbers. I didn't necessarily cover the how-to, which is probably a good idea. Thomas, were you thinking about kind of the numbers and the logic, or the how-to? Okay, what it is. Okay, so I covered the what it is, and then that's a really good idea. We can certainly, in a few steps, cover the how-to. I know Luke does that, but sometimes Luke takes a long wandering trip to get where we want to. I'll try and get there a lot quicker.
Yeah, so if you have an interest in that, what I suggest would be, if you're not a member of Passion Ad Space, join it from the downline builder. That ties you in with whoever your next upline sponsor is. And then, like I said, if you just send a support ticket, if you want to attend that webinar, Clinton, so send a support ticket, and then we'll make sure and get you on the invite list for the next. There's actually a Facebook group that we can get you into also, if you have an interest in minting and earning the yield. We can get you kind of in that group.
Right.
There's actually a couple of places we can put you to kind of learn more information in there. So we'll get that to you. Just submit a support ticket and we'll get that to you in the support ticket. I don't have the links. Actually, I shut down everything in here. That way I didn't have 50, tabs open before I started the webinar. Ended up on the wrong one. So anything else? Steve, was there any other
good question, Thomas? Thank you very much.
Was earnings. So this was the first time I kind of put that presentation together. It'll get better as we go through it, but I just want to kind of keep it at a high level, and then hopefully it triggers some questions. So any kind of feedback you want to give on that is fine. I mean, the business is really simple. The only thing that really makes it kind of complicated is it's the Asimi and not Bitcoin. So for those that are new to Asimi, then there's that learning curve with the waves exchange, buying and selling. And we do have some videos in the back office that kind of walks through all of those stages on the tutorial video page. The other thing that I'm doing, and I've done this for quite a few people, is if someone wants to join with Bitcoin, they can send me a support ticket. I'll go in and see what it's selling for, and I'll find an offer that's above, where I know it's going to be there by the time the payment clears. And then I actually go buy the Asimi and deposit it in the person's account for them. I've done that with probably about 20 or 30 people in the last week. And some other people are also helping, their downline with getting a Asimi purchase. So that kind of helps them get that first purchase. And then they can get a Waves wallet for withdrawing commissions, because we're only going to pay out commissions in Asimi.
Thomas had another question about the V2E. Now, the V2E, Thomas, is like a pay-to-click. You get paid little tiny pieces of Asimi, and it's a great way for those that are on that have more time than money. The minting itself requires you to, in essence, stake $100 worth of Asimi, which right now is around 1,300 Asimi. And then over the course of a year, you get a tiny piece of the Asimi created every day. And Frank, that's about 3.5 Asimi a day right now.
It was 3.52 today. So
right, yeah, and that occurs over the course. That occurs over the course of a year. Every single day, that will be variable. And then every single day that you do mint by clicking an ad, you also get back one 365th or 1 day's worth of your escrowed or staked Asimi. It's a
Yeah.
really brilliantly simple model that takes the proof of stake model and combines it with an advertising income and shares the revenue with you. So it's a model idea. And I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but as Frank knows, it's the only passive income program I've ever endorsed. And I know Frank is very careful about what he endorses too. And it's a way for people to make money without the risk of, these
Yeah,
Ponzi type things collapsing.
what makes it, it's a variable yield. In other words, it's never going to be the exact same 2 days. So when I see any business out there that says you're going to make 1% or a fixed amount per day, then you can almost guarantee that's not going to be around, because there's no way to really guarantee a fixed amount per day. And minting, I've been minting since before it started, and
Yep.
I've earned as much as 3.8 Asimi per mint, and it has dropped down to the point that we were earning pretty much nothing per mint. So it's variable, but if you stick with it, you have the good and the bad will all balance out as anything. It's just a matter of sticking with it. When the mint earnings fell off the face of the earth really low, a lot of people bailed on the business, and those that stuck around have done it extremely well over the past year minting.
Yeah, we've seen it's been a tough year as Asimi has dropped down in price, but it just, I used to be a penny stockbroker and dealt with really, really speculative issues. And I looked at the fundamentals and I didn't care about the price. And once, I made a decision, myself and my clients would begin to accumulate it. And that's exactly what Frank and I are doing. That's exactly what a lot of my people and Frank's people are doing, is accumulating, because the value proposition is there. When you have an ownership like we have, with Luke, and then you have a really involved owner like Frank that's creating different ways for people to accumulate Asimi, you've got all the right pieces. I guarantee you folks, I can't say guarantee, but I assure you that sometime in the next 6 months or a year, there will be a mass awakening by the ad income industry going, holy cats, you mean that I can just click one ad and earn 1/4 or 0.5% a day? Okay, I'm in. I don't understand it, but I'm in.
Yeah,
And
and it's
when that
great. I mean,
happens,
I have a lot of capital invested, but I have 500. I have the full 500 mints, and every day I earn back on top of my return, my 360. I earn back on average 1,850 Asimi a day.
wow.
So that's what my earnings are every today. It was like 1,817 Asimi from minting 501 ads yesterday. So it's, and that's at 8 cents. That's some decent money a day just for viewing 500 ads.
Right. And then you factor into that the potential for it to trade at 10, 15, 20, 50
Yeah.
cents. Let's not forget, folks, I myself have sold Asimi as high as $3. So the potential for that to happen is not unrealistic. Please don't go out and mortgage your house, or don't take your blood pressure medicine. But
Yeah.
the potential, as I've said in a number of interviews, this is the greatest risk reward opportunity I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And
The other thing that we want to do, and this is kind of down the road, and it's something that Clint and I can do. Asimi is a very volatile token. I mean, in most of your small traded volumes, tokens are. For those that want to learn how to trade, it's a great exchange to learn how to go out and put in offers and bids that are above whatever it's selling or below what it's selling at right now, and just sit and wait. There's a lot of times where I've put bids out, and someone will come along and sell because the market is really thin, and I'll buy it at 15-20% below what I had to bid, where it was selling. I'll turn right around and put an offer up, and I've had situations where I've made 25-30% in a matter of 2 and 3 days on some small trades.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. You don't really see that. You don't have that opportunity in the highly traded coins like Bitcoin, because they're not as volatile as these little small, because the market is so much more, it's more liquid. there's more volume out there to trade. So that's something that we can show people how to do. It's a fun way to kind of learn the market and learn how to, create bids and create offers out there and let the market either come to you, whether it's on the bid side or the offer side.
And I think, to be very, very clear, I think what we're talking about here is we're not going to teach people Fibonacci fans or head and shoulder tops. We're talking about trading volatility.
Yeah, volatility. That's the only thing. I'm a firm believer that my Labradoodle can predict the crypto market as well as any expert on it, because every day it's either, if it drops $1,000, it's going to zero. If it goes up $1,000, it's going to 200,000, and it's never done either one of those. So I just trade volatility. I treat it like a math equation. and
we are
I ignore all of the other stuff that's out there. So, but it's fun to play in the market, and this is a fun market to kind of play in with some small dollars.
And in answer to the question, we're talking about trading on the Waves platform. And I actually did some math. I didn't tell you this, Frank. I did some math with Lon, and he was asking, and I said, it doesn't cost anything to trade. And then I realized each trade is about approximately 30 Satoshi. So
it's
that's per.
It's 0.003 waves a trade.
Right. And at 10,000 Asimi, or 10,000 Bitcoin, that's about 30.
So it's a fraction of a penny.
Fraction of a penny, and that's for the whole trade. You could trade 10,000 Asimi, and that's what it would be charged. So, what was it? Let's see.
A calculator from to US dollar. I'll have to kind of I don't really have one in Asimi. I'd have to put something together. So the only problem with the calculator, I'd have to pull in a real-time price. So I'll see if someone can teach me how to pull it in. I'd have to pull in a real-time price of Bitcoin and a real-time price of Asimi from Waves. But I think that's possible, and we can have a US dollar converted there. Because I tend to look at the Bitcoin market because that's the most, traded. The other markets are really thin.
Yeah, Hugh, you're right. You're exactly right. I think we all look at the BTC market, but knowing generally, what do we talk? Are we talking about 8 cents or $8?
So typically what I do is I go pull the price, which a little earlier today, it was at 809 Satoshi, and which is 0.5 zeros and 809. And I go to the Bitcoin calculator to US dollars, and I just plug in 0.000000809, and it tells me that it's 7.9 cents based at the current price. So that's how I get the price per day. But we can plug that in and do it, because I actually have that in my spreadsheet where I track. I would just need to figure out how to do that in the back office. We need to pull in the real-time data, but there's probably a way to do that. We'll have someone. That'll be a fun little project for Frank Bauer.
Agreed.
See if he can figure out how to pull that in. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, anything else? If not, I have nothing else. I got to go give some people their Asimi that they won.
Give some people, man. No low number. If we were playing high-low, anybody that had low would have lost, huh?
Yeah, that's right. High-low lost. So it's all high numbers this time. So maybe we'll get all low numbers next time.
There you go.
All right. Well, guys, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna get out and close out the recording, and I'll get it in the group for the guys to see that we're asleep over in Europe.
Good. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.